Coming up on Mountain News this morning, members of the Harlan County community come together to help give back to the family of those killed in last week's fire. Plus, we show you how some firefighters are improving their life-saving skills, and we have more on the rescue of a group of men from a Virginia cave.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Monday, April the 29th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. It's a little bit of a chilly start, but we should start to return to those late spring and early summer temperatures that we saw a little bit last week. Now, let's bring Brandon in. Brandon, I was out of town, but at least the entire week in Atlanta, you almost could not beat the weather that we were seeing.
Hot Atlanta, basically.
Yeah, it was really warm.
Exactly, and we're going to see some of that warmth here across parts of our area in the next couple of days. So a summer preview, maybe. Let's check it out this morning. As Will said, it is a bit chilly, but UVA-wise, it's all quiet this morning. Stars in the sky, not a whole lot of activity going on over that way this morning. Temperatures in the 40s pretty much area-wide, with the exception of Wise. They're a little bit warmer this morning, more ambitious there at 55. Most of us in the mid to upper 40s this morning. A little bit of a wind, though. It's going to start to come in out of the south, shift there a little bit as we head deeper into the day, south-southwest. It's going to crank our temperatures up. So a normal day temperature-wise on the coffee meter, but of course on Mondays we always give you just a little bit extra there. Out the door forecast this morning, after starting out in those 40s, we'll jump quickly into the low 80s by this afternoon with sun and clouds. The rest of the forecast are the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, last week, a Harlan County fire took the lives of 3 people, 2 of those being twin toddlers found after the fire was put out. Their mother, Allison Howard, later died in the hospital. Now the twins' father, Chad Howard, is fighting for his life. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with members of their community who are helping give back to the family in any way they can.
An outpouring of love and support after a tremendous loss.
Our community comes together beautifully when things like this happens.
On Monday, a fire destroyed a home in Harlan County, killing 2 young toddlers. The mother, Allison Howard, died 2 days later from her injuries. The father, Chad Howard, remains in the hospital with burns covering most of his body.
Our hearts are broken because of it.
Employees at the Benham Schoolhouse Inn say they want to help the family's loved ones in any way they can.
We are hoping to help and bless the Howard family during this time of tragedy.
So they decided to donate all the proceeds from their Sunday buffet to the Howard family.
The guy that owns the place donating the whole thing, and the waitresses even donating their tips. It's unreal.
Bringing people in from not only the community.
I'm from central part of Kentucky, and it takes me about 4 hours.
But statewide.
20 after 12, they've started coming in, and they haven't stopped yet.
Though they can never take away the pain.
The community is behind them, looks like 100% to me.
The community can offer support.
They care. They really care.
Yeah, they care about each other.
And help each other heal. In Harlan County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Funeral services for Allison Howard and her twins were held yesterday at 5 in the evening at the Harlan Baptist Church. Well, putting your life on the line is dangerous, and many firefighters do it without pay and with little thanks. Last weekend, multiple agencies came together to learn new skills and sharpen old ones. Grady Allen is the president of the Floyd County Firefighters Association. He says the relationships the classes build is just as important as the knowledge they take away.
I love it. That's the one thing that makes the fire associations and the fire departments as a brotherhood work together.
From vehicle excavation to water drafting Sunday, several classes taught around 150 volunteers life-saving skills. There are 14 extensive classes. Each class is 8 hours a day. This coming weekend in Lawrence County, firefighters will work with a live structure fire. Well, in Virginia, Russell County emergency crews say 5 men were trapped in a cave Saturday night into Sunday. Crews were able to rescue all of the men yesterday. The emergency coordinator says the men went into Cyclops Cave on Saturday with intentions of spending the night. Crews say heavy rainfall saturated the cave, making it hard for the men to get back out. A cave rescue team from Radford, Virginia says it took several hours to get the men out.
With cave rescue incidents, this has the potential to extend, to 8 to 12 hours.
One person was taken to the hospital for injuries. The cave is on private property, and the owner says the men did not have permission to be there. Floodwaters have reached historic levels in part of Ontario's Muskoka region. Officials say rivers and lakes continue to rise, with water levels up several centimeters in some areas. More than 1,000 homes are affected by the flooding. Many others are cut off from roads and telephone service. Well, serious flooding began on Sunday in parts of northern Mozambique that were hit by Cyclone Kenneth a few days ago. With waters waist high in some areas, the government urged many people to immediately seek higher ground. Authorities say at least 5 people died after the Thursday cyclone. Kenneth came just 6 weeks after Cyclone Idai ripped into central Mozambique and killed more than 600 people. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the celebration of a surprising thing most of us use every day.
After a bit of a chilly start to this Monday, things look pretty nice as we head into the new work and school week. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.